Hello everybody, I'm Danny Vernon. I'm the owner of Saddle Traders Tack here in Post, Texas. Been here about 24 years. I'm also a life member of the National Bit Saddle Spur Collectors Association, also a director on the board. And I'm doing a little video today on Wallie Boone. Wallie Boone was born in 1882 and died in 1958. He was the son of Duff Boone. We all know he had several brothers that were bit and spur makers, but he started his bit making and spur making career in Trenton, Texas. He learned from cousin Bob. I'm mainly here to talk to you about when he was in Lubbock, Texas. He was in Lubbock, Texas in 1924 is when he established there, and he was on the corner of Avenue M and 4th Street. I have a pair of spurs right here that are called the Lubbock Special, and they are in the book. Only pair that I know to exist, and they're a pretty neat pair. They were given to me by a friend to just show people. They're not for sale. All these spurs up here are Boone spurs from Lubbock or San Angelo. A neat story, I grew up in Lubbock for about 10 years, from the early 70s until 85. And knew some people that were kin to the Boone family. And Lucky's Antiques was off Avenue P at about 38th Street. And he talked about going to Boone's store on 4th and Avenue M, and that he would just run around the stores and he'd pick spurs up. Well, in the book, the Madison Square Garden or the Hollywood Special, it's in the 2nd edition or 3rd edition, in San Angelo, he talks about wearing that pair of spurs in Lubbock, and when Wallie was out of town and just going around the floor, and you know how spurs are, just jingle, jingle, jingle. He also talked about Wallie leaving one weekend and going to sell his goods, and he had 55-gallon barrels full of rowels, but he told the guys, said, all I want you to do is make rowels. Just keep making rowels. You know, I never got to meet most of the Boone family because they were already deceased, but there was one out there at Wolford that I did met, and I've got a matched pair of bits and spurs for him. Wallie's bits, and I've got several of them laying here, were one-piece bits. And he had several stalls in that shop there in Lubbock, as many other bit and spur makers did, and that the people that helped him and worked for him in that shop had their own stall. And in that stall, they would have their anvil and they would have their tools. And they would give them an order to make a certain bit or a pair of spurs, and they would make it, you know, to that scale of what it was supposed to be like, and they would take it to the guy that was the quality control, and he would look at it, and if it passed, then that's what they put in their business to sell, or it was shipped out for a custom order. You know, Wallie later on, I would imagine it talks about in the 30s, he went to Whiteface, Texas and was a blacksmith over there. And then finally later on in 1936 went to San Angelo and had a big company there for a long time. That's about all I'm going to show you and talk about today. I'm just talking about Wallie Boone's Bit and Spur Company, and mainly that it was in Lubbock, Texas. I've got the 2nd edition catalog, and I got the 3rd edition, which is San Angelo, but I've never seen the 1st edition. So if someone out there has a 1st edition, I would love to have a copy, or I'd love to buy that 1st edition. Appreciate your time. This is on behalf of the National Bit and Saddle and Spur Collectors Association. Thank you.